I think maybe I will just see what I can do. Okay, so Black Rose told us that if he had just played along and then acted at just the right time, things might have worked out differently. So instead of just denying her love, like straight up, first thing, we are just going to play along and don't break her heart. So now is not the best time to kind of, you know, spring this up on her and be like, you know, I don't feel comfortable around you. You're evil, and I want nothing to do with you, or whatever. No, remember what Kodanoa said. Just as long as she's not trying to manipulate me, I should be able to handle her. In that case, well, dream or not, I'll just enjoy it while it lasts. What's the harm in it? Yeah, especially, well, okay, we know what the harm is in it, especially if he really gives in. But then we also know what happens if he just denies her out up front. So, yeah, I guess you can consider this like a happy medium. She sighs happily, and I return her embrace with one of my own. You're right, Sayori. Even if this is a dream, I hope I never wake up from it. Thanks, Daniel. I knew you'd see things my way. To stroke her ego some more, I reach over and do my best to start stroking her hair. She giggles in delight as she looks passionately into my eyes. And by passionately, I mean she's gonna look at me like this! We're having such a nice time snuggling together, don't you think? I wish we could just be like this forever. Ah, yes, I see you are once again trying to tempt fate. And Mr. Cow is still watching all of this. Yeah, we sure are. Oh. We're having such a nice time, don't you think? Like, yes, we are having a nice time. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Oh. You don't sound too sure, Daniel. What's the matter? If it's the whole thing about people judging us... No, not that. I know it's going to sound stupid, but I almost wonder if I even deserve you. Oh, come on, Daniel, you know that's... I mean it, Sayori. Honestly, out of all the guys out there in the world, why me? What do you mean, why you, Daniel? You silly goose. I don't make you go into the pond for that. I've only ever had eyes for you, especially since you're already so perfect. I don't know about that. Are you sure we're talking about... Are you sure we're still talking about me here? Please don't put yourself down like that, Daniel. It hurts me inside hearing you talk that way about yourself. You shouldn't look down on yourself or compare your... Okay, this one. Let me see. You shouldn't look down on or compare yourself to other guys. Might be the better way to do that one. You shouldn't look down on... you shouldn't look down on or compare yourself to other guys. None of them are you. You're amazing just the way you are. I've always felt that way about you from the... I've always felt that way about you from the moment we first met. You're exaggerating. No, it's the truth. You know I never lie to you about something like this. You're gonna have to forgive me, Sayori. It's just that none of this feels right. Or none of this feels real right now. Although, yes, this doesn't feel right either. Even though I've had my depression for a while, I still don't understand why we spent so long torturing each other. You can't help the way you feel about me, Daniel, and frankly, neither can I. I know you're right, but then, being in love is nothing to be ashamed of or hide from people. It's only natural to have those feelings for someone you want to always speak with and see happy. I know. I was just so afraid of everything that could go wrong. I still have those bad memories of Aiko living rent-free inside my head. Well, there's nothing to worry about now. I'm not Aiko, and she's not even at our school anymore.
Yup, she moved out because, well... Okay, well, I guess technically it's not discussed in this mod, but the whole idea with Aiko was that, yeah, she is the one that kind of... Like, she tried to kind of hit up on MC first, before even Sayori made her move. And, well, he kind of went along with it, but then, yeah, eventually he found out that she was seeing like 10 other guys on the side. And then, once this was brought to light, basically everybody found out, and she just felt so humiliated that it was like, I can't go to this school anymore, my reputation is completely in the garbage. So, yeah. But like I said, unfortunately, we don't really get that in this mod. Although, we may eventually get those details in a future mod following Night Nurse. But for now, yeah, I guess that is the secret, or well, okay, well, it's not exactly a secret, but those were the ideas I had for Aiko, but yeah. Couldn't exactly fit all of that into this mod without making it any longer than I felt it needed to be. And yeah, because some people did complain about certain scenes being too long. I just felt like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell the bare bones, and if I can later, then we can go into those details.
I'm here for you and always will be. Not just as your nurse, but as your loving girlfriend. I'm hoping I can make you as happy as you've made me. She sounds so sincere. The way she looks at me. As your nurse, tonight I'm going to do everything I can until you're better. After all, I can't just wait to drive you into a corner and kiss you without a sound.
Well, technically you tried that in another timeline.
Yeah, You are so easy to tease sometimes, you know.
She sounds almost like another girl from our school named Momoko. Okay, yeah, so Momoko at least gets a mention in this mod. But yeah, they were mentioned, or Momoko and Destiny were mentioned a bit more in the original. But like I said, cuts had to be made. She has a weird habit of adding "you know" to every other sentence. So yeah, I'm still developing Momoko's character. Back in 2021, I didn't know anything about her, but now I do know, since I have been kind of writing her and kind of trying to get a feel for, okay, this is how her character's gonna work. And yeah, so basically she's gonna be like, you're so easy to tease sometimes, you know. I'm just gonna drive you into a corner and kiss you, you know. I'm going to be your loving girlfriend, you know. And, you know, no. That's pretty much going to be like kind of a vocal tick, so to say, with her. I don't even know if that's the right terminology, but yeah, she's basically going to be adding "you know" to the end of every other sentence that she says. No idea why my mind drifted off to her, considering she's a mega bitch. I could say the same thing about you. What's that supposed to mean? A true artist never reveals their secrets, Sayori. Grr. Meanie. I rest my case. Okay, so now we should be getting to... Yes. So now, ludicrous speed! But we are going to have something brand new kind of pop up here in just a hot second, so I'm just going to... Yeah, here we go. So she's basically here like, okay, yeah, like I've got the element of surprise on my side. She's not gonna know what hit her.
I still feel like that won't be enough. From the sound of things, even if you catch her by surprise, she can still move a lot faster than you.
As we saw in the other ending, where she was too fast for Sayori to even, like, defend herself against the knife. Sayori seems to ponder this for a moment, looking between me and Mr. Bat.
You might be right. Okay. Can you handle finding the other girls on your own, Mio? I'm sure I'll manage.
Oh, great. Having to do the voices for Sayori and Mio back-to-back, that's gonna be murder. Jeez.
Got it!
I close the door as Mio and I step out of the room. After a few minutes, Sayori steps out of the room in some new clothes and her bat in hand.
You take care of yourself out there, Kodo. That goes double for you, Sayori. Kodo has
self-destruct? Okay, no.
Kodo has self-defense training to take care of herself, but I can't say the same for you. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can take her on easily. That's the right attitude to have. Alright, let's move out.
Let's roll. Mio gives an affirmative nod as she proceeds down the hallway. Sayori and I make our way downstairs to begin our rendezvous with the false Sayori. Not the false Chiraga, because that's a totally different thing.
Time! Of course! That's what the false Chiraga wanted.
Okay, well, anyway. I guess, obviously, imposter Sayori, false Sayori. I don't know if that would really kind of... It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue too easy now, does it? Oh well, we'll just stick with imposter Sayori for now. Okay, meanwhile, I think we're getting to one of my favorite parts of the mod. There's the real Sayori.
Hey Daniel, can I ask you something?
No.
Meanie, you don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
That's where you're wrong, my dear Sayori.
I've surmised that because it is lunchtime, you have no lunch on your person whatsoever, and you're here with that pleading look on your face. I've deduced only one possibility.
You want food for the snack machine because you have no food or money.
Hey! I resent that kind of treatment.
Am I wrong, though?
Well, no. I still resent that kind of treatment, though.
Then I rest my case. Sayori sticks her tongue out at me as I make my way to the clubroom for lunch. Now, I think with like some of the MPT stuff, there is an expression where you can have Sayori stick her tongue out at you. But, well, considering okay, the only new sprites we've added are technically the police officers, because, well, our former coder thought it would be hilarious to use those other sprites from the original, even though I told him that it was a silly idea, and I was even here like, can we please use something different? No, it'll be funny. And I'm like, ugh, fine. Like, there's literally no arguing with you, you're not gonna listen to me, okay, fine. So as much as I didn't want to, I kind of had to deal with that. So then once Nightmare Ninja kind of came in and took over, he added in the new sprites for the cops, which I don't think even existed back then when the original Nightmares came out. Probably not. I don't remember ever seeing that, so... I guess unfortunately the mod was kind of ahead in the sense that, yeah, we didn't even have any police officer sprites. The only other new sprites we've added to this mod would be Akane, and she kind of runs with an MPT adjacent kind of thing. Otherwise, yeah, this mostly runs on, like, sprites similar to that of the base game. We didn't fully make that transition until Akane's birthday mod. Anyway, enough of me talking. It's not my fault the truth hurts. Come on, Daniel. Please? You need to realize there are consequences for your actions. When will you realize there are consequences for your actions? Okay, well. So you're not going to help me? You got it. That's not fair. All is fair in love and war. Love? It's an expression. I'm not too sure on what it means, but the point is, I'm not too sure on what it means, but the point is, I'm not going to hold back just because we're best friends. Oh, alright. What? Oh, nothing, it's just... As Sayori trails off, I notice that, once again, she seems to have rushed out of her house this morning. Yes, so... If you play the original game, you probably might remember there being a certain moment. Now, when I wrote that original script, nowhere in there did I say, please have MC zoom in on Sayori's tummy and make it weird. No. Our former coder, who I will not name, took it upon himself to do that. And yeah, like, I completely forgot about that. I guess because it's like, I just wanted to put it out of my memory, because I was just so like, why is this even here? So yeah, when we did that re-release, it's still in there. But, well, we finally got rid of it! Sayori, you really need to take better care of yourself. What are you going to do when I'm not around? Oh, well... Sayori, you need to make sure you look presentable, though. You need to make sure you look presentable enough. What? Seriously, look at your collar. And what about your necktie? I think you should focus less on food and more on making sure you don't look so sloppy. Okay, well, this zoom in is kind of justified because, yeah, he has to get close to, you know, fix her collar and all that. I stop and begin trying to fix Sayori's collar and her necktie. Seriously, what would she do if I wasn't around to point these things out to her? It's going to make a lot of people think badly about you. It's like I said before, it's no wonder you don't have a boyfriend yet. Hey! No need to get so personal, Daniel! Besides, there's only one guy I want to notice me. What was that? Sayori pauses as she notices how close we are. Her cheeks redden and she turns away from me just a bit. Useless trivia, but I actually wrote this with a piece of fan art in mind where, kind of like base game, he's there trying to like fix her collar and, you know, her necktie and whatever, and she kind of looks away from him. She's blushing, she's a little embarrassed, and then MC's kind of blushing too, and he's like, well, wait, what's going on here? And, well, I personally thought it was kind of cute, so... Unfortunately, that's what I'm trying to say, we can't exactly, like, you know, replicate that in this game, so... The closest we're gonna get is me writing and describing it, and just using our imagination that, yes, that's exactly what happened. I stop fixing her collar as I try to figure out what's going on. Nothing? Nothing at all. It's just me being Sayori, that's all. Come on, don't be like that. Okay, look, I'm sorry I went too far with that boyfriend comment, but you know where I'm coming from, right? It's going to be hard to meet a decent guy who's going to treat you right if you scare them all away with your disheveled clothes and messy hair. Someone who can look out for you properly and get to know you. I wish I could be that guy for you, Sayori, but you deserve better. Sorry, I guess. I didn't mean to get all sentimental back there. You do know I worry about you, right?
I know you do, and I'm glad I have someone who cares so much about me.
We continue going to the club room with this awkward silence in the air. Sayori breaks that silence after a while.
You know, you and I were pretty close when you were messing with my collar.
Well, I mean, I kinda have to get close. I can't fix your collar when I'm 10 feet away from you. Not unless I have really long arms and really good eyesight.
I know that's silly. I should make you jump into the pond for being such a silly goose.
Okay, no, I don't think she says that here.
I mean, I felt like you were a lot closer to me than you usually are when you do that kind of stuff.
We both stop as I try to keep myself composed. Wait, I mean...
What's wrong? Wait. I know what's happening. You're trying to hide something from me.
That look. I don't know, I love that look. She's like, oh, I know what you're trying to do here. Well, you're not gonna pull a fast one on me, because I got your number, mister.
What? Where are you getting that from?
Are you sure you're not the one hiding something?
No, I'm not, Daniel. I'm not hiding anything, I swear.
Sayori, you do realize you hid your depression from me for the longest time, right? I don't want to ignore you again. That day of the festival, I was scared out of my mind, Sayori. I thought I was going to lose my best friend. If I had just been a few seconds too late,
I know. It was a lapse in judgment, that's all. It won't ever happen again.
Say what you want to say. You can trust me, Sayori. At least, I want you to trust me.
Well, this is just a stupid question I've had on my mind. I just wondered to myself how stupid it would be if you were interested in me, and...
Stupid? Is that... I don't know why she's thinking about us being together, but... She thinks it's stupid? Does she not want me as her boyfriend that badly? I guess that tears it. If me being interested in her is stupid, then I'll have to make sure she never knows. Just bottle up these stupid feelings and don't ever show her. That's basically what you told me, right, old man? Well, his dad, by the way.
Hey, what's wrong? Hey, what's wrong?
What? Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
You look kind of disappointed there.
Me? No, that's just crazy. Get out of here, you crazy you.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have used that word.
I don't know why those words hurt me so deeply. I mean, part of me sort of accepted she would never go for a guy like me, but to hear her say that to me... Or I guess... I mean, part of me accepted she would never go for a guy like me, but to actually hear her say it? Question mark. So, but to actually hear her say that. Let's see, does she know already? Is this her way of nicely rejecting me? I back away from her, turn around and resume walking.
Daniel, wait! I'm sorry that didn't come out right, and... Please, I do like it when you look out for me and fix my collar, and...
It's fine, Sayori. Okay, I did actually read all that. I'm surprised I did. Okay, it's fine, Sayori. You don't have to... you don't have anything to be sorry for.
Come on, don't look at me like that. You're only looking out for me because you care about me. I'm just the one that made it all awkward. I should probably just stop talking now.
Sayori, no. I don't want you to stop talking. If anything, I want you to talk more and not hide your feelings from me. That's the kind of thinking that almost took you away from me, and I just couldn't forgive myself if I ignored your feelings. Especially a cry for help.
Can I ask you something?
Depends on what you're going to ask me.
Why did you look sad earlier?
I suddenly feel a weight on my heart. I wasn't sad or disappointed. Let's just drop it.
When I said it'd be stupid if you were into me, you looked sad.
Stop! Please. Can we just drop it?
Well, okay. I just don't want to be the reason you're feeling sad, that's all. I don't want to make you sad with any of my silly random thoughts.
You, Sayori. If anything, I can never be sad around you, so there's nothing to worry about. Now, let's keep going. The others are probably waiting for us. If you're lucky, maybe Natsuki has another cookie you can steal from her.
I resent that.
The truth hurts sometimes, Sayori. Although, maybe not as much as it hurts to be in love with someone you can never have. Oh, what was that? I look around a bit confused. Oh, it was just a dream. That dream. I remember that day. Why was I thinking about it, though? Oh, wait. That's right. Well then, I guess the truth does hurt, doesn't it? I guess I fell asleep after Sayori forced me to cuddle with her. I look around and see she's nowhere in sight. I get out of bed and stretch a bit. I'm feeling a lot better now, surprisingly enough. So, what's with the sudden 180 out of the blue, Sayori? One moment you think you and me being together is stupid. Now you can't keep your hands off me, you cochina. Yep. Kind of like that Selena Gomez song, Can't Keep My Hands to Myself, and whatever. And I cannot understand a damn word she is saying in that song, and I'm surprised that my mom was able to, and yeah, she had quite a reaction to hearing that song for the first time. I think I've told the story to some people, and I think I've said so in other videos, but yeah, like... Yeah, kind of surprising, like, yeah, how the heck did she get away with making a song like that? But, anyway, I go downstairs in the hope of blowing off some steam. I'm surprised that I don't hear anything going on. Strange. Sayori doesn't seem to be around here. Maybe she's in the bathroom. Well, I know I'm supposed to stay in bed, but I'm feeling a lot better now compared to this morning. I'm not sure how, but then again, I don't know how I got sick so fast either. I walk up to the door, looking over my shoulder as I do so. I get my shoes on, and I put my hand on the doorknob. It's unlocked. As I'm turning the doorknob, I get the sensation of a paper cut in my fingers. Ah! What? Upon further inspection, I see a thin wire covering the doorknob. Did she seriously set a trap for me? Why would she do that? I was so caught up in the moment that I didn't even notice the trap. I can't believe Sayori would do that. My blood turns to ice when I hear a familiar voice from behind me.
Daniel? Where are you going?
I'm going on vacation to Disneyland. Okay, no.
Sayori? You need to rest in bed, Daniel. You're not feeling well.
You're not going anywhere. You're not feeling well. You need to go to bed. There's no war in Ba Sing Se. Okay, well. I turned to face Sayori, a very uncomfortable smile plastered on her face, and with a hand behind her back. It's a gift. Okay, no. Her voice is kind, and yet her words sound threatening.
Don't worry, Daniel. Nurse Sayori is going to take extra good care of you. I promise. After all, I love you so much.
Why did you break the door, Sayori?
I had to take extra precautions, just in case.
In case of what?
You know you can't leave.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Okay, no.
We can't have you going all over the place. You need proper rest and relaxation to get better.
This isn't funny, Sayori. You're seriously starting to scare me.
Hey, you know what? Since you're already down here, why don't we enjoy dinner now?
I wonder what's for dinner.
Oh boy, I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok.
Okay, no. Yeah, I said in whatever video that was that it's like, yeah, that guy annoys me and yet I quote him anyway.
I just finished and it's ready for you. You'll eat it, right?
She moves her other hand away from her back, revealing a knife. You're gonna eat my dinner, right? She says as she points the knife at me. You call that a knife? This is a knife. My eyes are darting around the room, trying to look for some way out. No luck. Then it dawns on me when she mentions the food. Wait, the soup from yesterday. I only started feeling bad after I had some of that tomato soup. What did you put in there, Sayori? Did you drug me with something?
What are you talking about, Daniel? I made that soup with all the love I can give you.
And with that sweet Sayori healing, too.
And I'm pretty sure you know that I would never do something like that.
Then how did I get sick out of nowhere?
I don't know.
Okay, then how do you explain what I was doing in the basement the other day? Or what? Are you also going to tell me you don't know anything about that either? Sayori remains silent, trying not to look at my face. Yeah, too many sounds. I feel like I don't even know you anymore. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. Okay, no. As if you're not the Sayori that I've known for most of my life.
Now you're just being plain silly.
Then why are you acting so strange out of nowhere?
Maybe I decided to stop waiting on the sidelines while you chat up the other girls. Did you think about that?
Ugh. You know what? I don't have to keep listening to you. I'll be back when you decide to go back to normal. I'm not sure how else we could have worded that. Yeah. Well, you know what we're trying to say here, though, right? Like, yeah, she's acting weird, so he's like, fine, I'll be back when you start being normal again, quote-unquote. I turn around, once again faced with the rigged doorknob. I end up trying to force the door open, doing my best to ignore the pain searing through my hand. Just as I get it open, Sayori shoves me out of the way and blocks the door with her arms spread out. Move it, Sayori! Why don't you just leave me alone? This isn't your house. It's mine.
I worked so hard to get our food ready, Daniel. I made it just for you. I filled it with all the love I can give you. I can't take care of you, I can't take care of you if you don't listen to me. Why are you trying to get away? Why won't you eat my delicious food?
The chicken soup might have been okay and the salmon meal was appetizing. But how do I know you didn't do anything to this food as well?
How could you even say that?
Hello? I hold up the hand I held the door with, riddled with many cuts. With my good hand, I point to the door. She looks over at the doorknob at her side. I then point to the knife in her hand. Would a sane person go waving a knife around at would a sane person go waving a knife around at someone they love? Only if they were misbehaving like you are right now. What kind of relationship are you talking about? That's some pretty crazy stuff right there. I need this for protection, too. Uh-huh. Now tell me, what kind of sane person rigs a door with barbed wire? No. Now, tell me what kind of sane person rigs a door with barbed wire? Someone with something they want to keep safe from the world. Besides, I can't have you talking to other women, Daniel. Not when you already have the perfect loving girlfriend waiting for you at home. This isn't keeping me safe, Sayori. You know, you sounded a lot more confident about our love back in my bedroom. Okay, yeah, this single quotes for that one. I don't know. How did that even work without breaking the coding? I don't know. Or, oh wait, maybe... Yeah, maybe I did the coding incorrectly for that one. Possibly, yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll have to fix that. Now you're worried I'm going to look at other women? I mean, what happened between then and now? Doesn't sound like you have much faith in me. That's no way to start a healthy relationship, if you ask me. You're my treasure, Daniel. Anyone could just waltz right in and try to steal you from... anyone could just waltz right in and try to steal you away from me. Besides, would anyone else know about all the memories we've shared? Maybe not. But from the moment I ran into you the other morning, I could feel something was wrong about you. You're just talking nonsense. Maybe it's nonsense to you, but the Sayori I know gives off a warm, welcoming aura that makes you want to be around her. You, on the other hand, you give off an aura that feels so cold. Evil, even. I am Sayori! I don't know how, but you're an imposter, that's what you are. No, you're wrong. I don't know who you are, but it's time to give it up. As I try to wrestle the knife out of her hands, we're both caught off guard by the sound of the door swinging open and someone yelling while flailing a bat. The fake Sayori, who was still trying to block the door, ends up getting slammed into the wall. Get away from me! Get away from me! I'm armed, I'm crazy, and I'll hurt you! Sayori? Is that you? Daniel! You're okay! Well, mostly. I hold up my bad hand. Oh yeah, and I never did raise the volume back up on the music. Well, at this point, I might as well just keep going. As we move closer to each other, a familiar voice rings out from behind the door. So, it looks like we meet again. The jig is up. You're not the real Sayori. Get away from her, Daniel. She kidnapped me and the other girl so she could have you all to herself. Imposter! I should have known better than to show you mercy. You can't have him. Daniel is my life. My world. You're not taking him from me. Give it a rest already. You've lost. Do you know who she is, Sayori? Do you know who she is, Sayori? No time to explain right now. Just know that this skunkbag showed up in my room 2 days ago and locked me in my closet. Wardrobe. Your room? You mean my room? You're the one who just happened to show up out of nowhere. Don't listen to her, Daniel. She's just trying to confuse you. I know that you know which of us is the real Sayori. You're right. I don't know, or I do know which of you is the real Sayori. I stand by my decision. I accuse you of being the imposter. The imposter Sayori begins to break. Her face goes blank and her arms go limp. The knife clanks to the floor as her hand trembles.
Daniel, how could you?
Just from this little display alone, I can tell you right now the real Sayori would never threaten another person.
I didn't...
Liar. You just said right now that you shouldn't have given Sayori mercy. That you should have taken care of her. That you should have properly taken her out of the picture. You failed. You've shown me your true colors, and I know about the terrible things you've done. It's over.
No. No, 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 no!
The imposter Sayori picks up the knife, or picks the knife back up, and rushes over to me, clenching her free hand around my throat.
What have you done to me? After everything we've been through together? I pledged my love to you forever, Daniel. What about our happy ending? You get away from him, you skunk bag!
Sayori hits the imposter's arm with her bat, forcing her to let go of me. I hear a sickening crunch as she releases me.
Daniel, I am not the enemy. Please, let me be your remedy. I can be your everything. Your love. Your companion. Your cure.
I think you've done quite enough. I think you've already done quite enough. Ever since yesterday, I felt there was something off about you. Now I can see why. I'm not sure who you are or why you look like Sayori, but I know for a fact you're nothing but a fake.
How could you say that? How could you say that?
Sorry about that.
What about the memories we shared? Wait, what?
I'm not sure how you have her memories, but the real Sayori would never do anything so cruel as to abduct her friends. I don't think she'd keep anyone as a prisoner either. I know her better than that. Don't think I forgot about how you were trying to gaslight me either.
I love you, Daniel. What do you want me to do to prove that to you?
She's completely broken now. It seems as though her only reason for living was to fall in love with me, but I've denied her of that. As she prepares to rush me again, the door slams open again. Okay, well, might have to think about that one. And a pair of arms reach out and restrain her. She drops the knife as she tries to break free.
Oh, I don't think so. Kodo! What kept you? You said you'd run in right after me. Yes, I was only going to when the right opportunity presented itself. Let go of me!
Kodo was just trying to, build up the dramatic tension.
Get off!
Kodo quickly slides the knife away from the imposter Sayori, right at my feet. I pick it up as Sayori holds up the bat.
You were my hero, Daniel! Ever since the first day you met when you saved me from those bullies in the park! Those mean boys wouldn't leave me alone until you came along. I didn't have any friends, but you promised to look out for me after that. Do you know how much that meant to me? How do you know about that? That was between me and Daniel.
No! No more gaslighting me, faker! I don't know who the hell you are, but you're insane. The real Sayori would never trap me in my own house or abduct her friends. Your time is up and the writing is on the wall for you. Face it. You have nowhere to run, so you might as well stop living in your little fantasy worlds. Okay, well, you're probably wondering why the sudden little cut there. Well, that's because when I got to this part, well, something that shouldn't have happened, and I was kind of here like, yeah, there's no way we can put the game out like this, because then this whole moment is kind of ruined. I might include some footage either here or at the end of the video just to show what I mean.
No! It's not over! You're wrong!
She shoves her what in the world? Okay!
We have some wrong music playing here. Okay, yeah, we're back in Akane's lounge.
That is random. She shoves herself into the back of the door, causing Kotonoa's head to slam into it. She inadvertently releases her. Yeah, well... I think... yes. The moment is kind of ruined now, let's be real. Well... lower that a smidgen. Okay. So, when we last left off...
You have nowhere to run, so you might as well stop living in your little fantasy world. No! It's not over!
Man.
You're wrong!
Yup, here's the correct music. She shoves herself into the back of the door, causing Kotonoa's head to slam into it. She inadvertently releases her. She rushes at me again, knocking Sayuri to the floor and causing her to hit her head. She then grabs me by the collar with her good arm. She slammed me against the wall. She's got me and she knows it. She keeps a firm grip on my shirt, holding on much tighter now. We can go back to that now. Because, as you know, I like this song, and I want to hear it better. I end up dropping the knife as she slams me again.
It hurts so much, Daniel. That's how much I love you. So much that it hurts me inside in ways you can't imagine. It's like torture. I'm in agony.
You're in my very soul, tormenting me. Okay, no. No. Her voice starts trembling and her eyes begin to water. Now I'm like, her eyes begin to water and... it's the same thing, but not how it's written here.
To be with you like this, to be able to drive you into a corner and kiss you without a sound, it's like a dream come true for me.
Hey! What are you doing?
You and I belong together, Daniel. I can't bear the thought of losing you. Stop resisting, Daniel. Now, a little less conversation and a little more. That's not what it means to be in love.
We both look to see that Sayuri has recovered from hitting her head.
It's about having mutual trust and understanding. It's about communication. It's about sharing and compromising. It's about showering your special...
oh god.
It's also about showering your special person love and affection, not being so cruel and hurting them. Would you shut up already? The best love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more. The love that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. That's fortune cookie nonsense!
The real Sayuri is one of the kindest people I've ever met. She can make friends with strangers. She spreads happiness wherever she goes. All at the price of her own happiness, but... she's always there for her friends. She's the most unselfish person I've met. Unlike you. That's right, Sayuri, you aren't selfish. I know that's the rain clouds in your head telling you that, but you're wrong. Well, those are wrong. You're not. You know what I mean. I just want her to be happy, damn it. Sayuri is the most beautiful girl I've known, both physically and spiritually. That's something I can never say about you.
Daniel, you mean that?
Of course I do.
Thank you.
Sayuri smiles, tears rolling down her cheeks. The imposter Sayuri roars with anger, slamming me against the wall again. Funny. The fact you're so worried about me looking at other women is enough to make me question you, imposter. As Sayuri said, it's about trusting your partner. We trust each other more than anyone else in the world. You and I don't have the same level of trust, do we? Sorry to say, but it just wouldn't work out between us. No hard feelings, right?
I am Sayori!
Yeah, and I'm famous wrestler Ring Bing Carlos. You're delusional if you think you're even close to being Sayori. Well, that's what the updates are for, right?
That's why I love Sayori. She understands me and I understand her. She is one of the most important people in my life, and you can't replace her no matter how hard you try. Daniel? You! I won't let you take him away from me!
As the imposter stares daggers at Sayori. As the imposter Sayori dares... God dang it. As the imposter Sayori stares daggers at her, Sayori braces herself with her bat. As it looks like she's about to rush over and take a swing at her, she suddenly pauses with a confused look on her face before closing her eyes. The imposter Sayori and I exchange looks of confusion before Sayori speaks again, not opening her eyes.
No. I don't need to worry about you. You're just the rain clouds in my head given a body. I'm not feeling those rain clouds now. So you don't have any power over me. You're not real.
The imposter Sayori drops me and goes to pick up the knife I dropped. She puts a foot to my chest to keep me from moving.
That's fortune cookie nonsense! I am Sayori! I am real!
Real steel! Okay, no. Yes, I was tempted to make some kind of joke like that, because she's real, she's got the steel. Anyway. Hurry, watch out! The fake Sayori releases me and takes off like a demon possessed. As the imposter closes in on her, Sayori suddenly opens her eyes and jabs her fist down her. I am amazed when the imposter vanishes into black smoke, the knife clanging to the floor and her discarded clothes falling right after it. Sayori? Did you know that would destroy her?
Nope!
Then how did you know to do that?
I'm not too sure. Part of it was from you building up my confidence, but then I heard a voice.
Voice?
Yeah. He sounded very kind and wise. He almost sounded like my dad.
Okay. So then what did this guy tell you?
He told me I have no reason to be afraid. He told me to let go. Then he said I would know what to do next to make sure that skunk bag wouldn't ever hurt you. Thinking about how she was acting, I kind of figured she was made up of all the bad parts of me. I thought if I let go of that negativity, then she wouldn't have any power over me. I figured she'd be super weak if she ran into my fist, but I didn't think it'd make her go away.
Lucky break, I guess. By the way, where have you been all this time?
It's such a very long story.
What exactly happened, anyway?
Well, where do I begin?
We're both caught off guard as we hear Kodonoha laughter. Okay, this sentence is definitely kind of... We're both caught off guard as we hear Kodonoha laugh to herself as she gets up. I'm not sure. I feel like we're definitely missing a word here. Or no, we're both caught off guard when we hear Kodonoha laugh to herself as she gets up.
It's quite the story, let me warn you right now, Daniel.
As we go over to the sofas, I hear the door open once more. Here's the pizza you ordered! $20! Alright, no. Where's the pizza, pizza boy? What? Out of anchovies? That's insubordination! This time, Mio and the rest of the Literature Club girls come pouring in.
Sayori! Where are you? You've got some nerve. Natsuki, I already told you it wasn't her. You have to admit that it's kind of hard to believe though, right? Maybe so. Guys! There you are! What was the deal with kidnapping us? It wasn't me, Natsuki. I can vouch for her. I saw and even held back the real perpetrator myself. I know it sounds outrageous, but it's the truth. I can vouch for them both. Not to mention that fake Sayori had me under house arrest for the last few days. Fake Sayori? Yeah! You've got to trust me on this. See? Look on the floor. Don't you see the blue bow she was wearing? So what? You just got naked in front of Daniel and changed clothes? What the? What the? No! Natsuki! Now isn't the time for that kind of humor. If I may ask, where's the perpetrator now? If these discarded clothes were what she was wearing, does that mean she's...
Actually, Sayori took care of her all on her own.
Sayori? She took care of the imposter on her own?
Yuri looks over to Kodonoha, who gives her a solemn nod. I'm not sure what that's all about, so I'll just leave it between them.
Anyway, now that everyone is here, perhaps it would be the best time to tell everyone what more has happened.
Man. Yeah, it was murder on me back then, and it's still sort of murder on me now, trying to voice all 6 of them.
Good idea!
We all sit down in the living room as Sayori and Kodo begin explaining things. Kodo heard this story from Sayori right before she and Mio rescued her. At face value, her story sounds like something out of some weird science fiction story, but after dealing with the fake Sayori firsthand, despite how crazy it sounds, there's no other way to explain it. Even then, how else can you explain having 2 Sayoris at the same time? Yeah, like, how do you explain having 2 Optimus Primes at the same time? Oh, well. Okay, yeah, Megatron made that clone of him, or whatever, but... You know, well, you sort of know what I'm getting at. And that's what happened.
So let's get this straight. So then it wasn't you the whole time. It was just some crazy evil version of you? Well, kind of. A crazy evil version of you who so happened to get this crazy idea of kidnapping us, locking us in your parents' room, and having her way with Daniel. I'm sorry, Natsuki! Really! I don't know how she got here, but I got kidnapped too, you know. If I didn't know any better, I would say this sounded like the plot of a book I read a long time ago. The power to give life to your demons. That would be most unpleasant, to say the least. I know it sounds outlandish, but it's the truth. I only heard half the story, and I didn't get to see both Sayoris in the same room, but I trust Kodo and Sayori. They would never lie to us. We both met the false Sayori just before we rescued you all, however.
Time! Of course! That's what the false Turaga wanted.
There are things in this world that can't be explained. That goes for strange occurrences like this as well. In this case, the truth is stranger than fiction. Alright, fine. As much as I don't believe in this hocus-pocus stuff, I guess I don't have any other choice but to believe you. I suppose there are times when you have to suspend realistic expectations to fully understand something.
Like whenever you're playing any of these Perfect World Anthology mods. Sometimes, like, realistic logic does not always apply. Or, yeah, realistic logic does not always apply, so... Yes, especially since we do have, like, some fantasy elements thrown in here. So, go figure.
Right. Yuri and I could tell you about some of the weird things that have happened to us, but that is best left for another time. Well, now that we have all that sorted, I guess we should go back to our homes. I imagine our families are worried sick about us.
Yeah, what about that?
Maybe. Although you seem to forget I'm by myself right now, as my mom is overseas. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri.
Yeah, and I doubt my dad even noticed I was missing.
Well... Meanwhile, my parents have been on some crazy business trip for what feels like forever. I'm glad I won't have to explain this to them. Okay, I get it. Anyway, I still think it's best we just head home and rest. I'm just glad we made it out of this okay.
Same. Except for my hand and all.
Ah, sorry that happened to you. Well, mostly okay at least. How did that even happen anyway?
The fake Sayori rigged the door so that no one inside could ever leave with the barbed wire.
Oh god. Are you okay?
I'm fine now, thanks to Sayori.
Thank goodness. Well then, all's well that ends well. Yea, verily.
Yeah, armor fatty and all that junk. Can we get a move on now?
Now then, I've gone ahead and texted my father. I know I'm going to get an earful from him, but he's offered to give you a ride if you need it.
Oh, thank God. Walking around at night gives me the creeps like you wouldn't believe. It doesn't help that I live so far away.
I feel the same way, especially when you hear all these awful stories.
Ugh, don't even remind me.
While I don't feel as afraid to walk around at night on my own, I'd rather not have to walk so far either.
Unless your father is He's driving. No.
Unless your father is driving an SUV, I guess that doesn't leave much room for me then. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Although... Tell me, Monica, how far are you from here? Not too far. Sayori, Daniel, and I are sort of in the same general area. I'm about a 5-minute walk away from here. Alright. You three can go ahead with my father, and he will drop you off at your home. Meanwhile, I'll walk Monica home before
Oh my... I'll walk Monica home before heading home. I'll walk Monica home before heading out? I don't know. Jeez.
No need to worry, Kodo. I don't want you to go out of your way for me. I'm doing this because I want to, not because I have to.
She's like, stop blocking me. And yeah, for the people who thought that it was a glitch, no, she is supposed to do that. Yeah, Rocket Man thought it'd be kind of funny, like, yeah, considering Monica and Kodanoa are blocking her, it's like, hey, like, quit blocking me. I want to see what's going on.
Besides, Mio and Natsuki still make a valid point. After what we dealt with today, I guess we can add love-crazed wild doppelgangers to the mix. Oh, well, thank you, Kodo. That's awfully kind of you.
Stop blocking me. It's not long before our car pulls up to my house. Natsuki, Yuri, and Mio bid us farewell as they get into the car. After it drives off, Kodanoa leads Monica outside, and the two wish us a good night and go on their way. What a crazy last few days this has been, right, Sayori?
You can say that again. You can say that again.
What a crazy last few days this has been, right, Sayori? Sayori gives me a sarcastic smirk as she playfully shoves me. We exchange a click laugh. No. What would that even be? We exchange a quick laugh with each other. It's at that moment I realize something. I left the stove on! Okay, no. That's weird. Mahonika's dead! Okay, no. Well, it would be funny if I did just name a... Like, if we created an OC and then we name her Honika, and then I can finally make that joke and it'll finally make sense.
What's weird?
You know how I got sick after that tomato soup? I'm feeling a lot better now.
That's great news! That is kind of strange, though. I still can't believe she got you sick.
For a closet maniac, she surprisingly took good care of me. If we ignore the part where she pulled a knife out on me, and put barbed wire on the door that I saw too late, and kidnapped all of you and kept you hostage. And when she started losing her mind and seducing me. Yeah, I guess you could say she took good care of me. So yeah, if we ignore like 80% of the things she was doing, then yes, she was a good caretaker. Upon hearing this, Sayori oddly falls silent. I can feel the awkward tension in the air. Sayori, what's the matter?
Daniel? Earlier when you were up against the other me, did you mean all those things you said?
Every single one.
Even the part where you said you loved me?
I nearly forgot I said that. I was almost hoping she would forget about it too. Come on, man, well... Okay, well, I guess I can't speak for every woman out there, but... At least most women I've met, and from various things I've watched, read, and so on... If you say I love you to a woman, there's no way she's ever gonna forget it. Especially once she does, like, open herself to let you into her world. It's like... You really... Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but point is... You cannot say I love you to well, in that way, and she's just gonna forget about it, or not at least think about it. I was almost hoping she would forget about it, too. I clenched my hands on my lap. Well, there's no going back now. Yes, especially, it would be even worse if you say I love you and then you just say like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I take it back, and then... Yeah, you are going to emotionally wreck her. Especially if she is the kind to be, like... very sentimental and deeply invested in you. Yes, Sayori. I love you. That's when her face lights up like you can't imagine.
So you weren't lying when you said...
Everything I said was the truth. I guess... I just got kind of caught up in the moment back there when I blurted it out, so...
You're so clueless, but I think that's what makes you so cute sometimes.
Well, hey! No. Nothing, it's just that the other you said the same thing.
Oh. Well, she was the other me, after all.
With that in mind, though, she did tell me a few things.
Oh.
If her feelings are anything to go off of, then...
Yeah.
The other day, though, when you said that me liking you was stupid...
No! That was just... I don't know. I just started feeling bad when I saw you spending a lot of time with Monica, and... I didn't think you'd be interested in me, so I just blurted that out like nothing.
I put a hand on Sayori's shoulder, and then I pull her into a warm embrace. She lets out a soft gasp as I hold on to her. It's not like Monica was flirting with me, Sayori. She just said she wanted to make me feel more welcome in the club. After all, I've only been with you all for a little over a month. Sayori pulls away from my hug, looking rather hesitant.
She could be...
Even if she was flirting with me, I've only ever had eyes for you. No one could ever take your place. Not even some evil clone.
I want to tell you something, Daniel. Just remember, it's me and my random thoughts. I'm always going to be me. I might stumble on my words or be clumsy, but I can never lie or do anything to hurt you.
I know, Sayori.
Thank you, Daniel. You always
Briken. Yes, I briken stuff.
You always brighten up my darkest days.
Yeah, that's what happens when I combine words. Same. Whenever I'm feeling down or sad, you're there to make me smile again. You've been there for me ever since we were little. I wish I could repay you for everything you've done.
Oh, come on, Daniel. I didn't do anything special.
You've done more than you think. Meanwhile, I only want to make sure you're happy and safe. I don't even want to imagine what would have happened that day during the festival.
I'm sorry, Daniel. Luckily, you saved me in time. That only proves you're doing a good job looking out for me.
Even if I did just blurt it out, I mean it. I love you, Sayori. I don't want to lose you. Never again. I just figured you deserved someone better than... I just figured you deserved someone better than... Better like me! Or no. Better than someone like me. Okay, there we go. I was like, oops. Like, did I flub this up? No. I'm just flubbing up my words. I just figured you deserved someone better. Or you deserved better than someone like me. There we go, that's what I'm trying to say.
Daniel! I don't want to hear you talk that way about yourself like that. Shame on you!
Sarah gets all pouty and slaps my shoulder. Okay, no need to get all cute and grumpy on me. Yeah, that's because she's so grumpy.
Hey, I'm serious. You mean a lot to me. It's like, ever since the day we've met, you've been there to get me out of bad situations. I mean, you did scare away those bullies when they stole Snowy.
Yeah. I still can't stand people like that. So that wasn't going to fly with me. Back then I didn't know why, but I think I understand now.
Aww. So even as a little boy you had a crush on me?
I feel my cheeks grow warm. Stop making fun of me!
Don't worry.
Sarah takes my hand, intertwining her fingers with mine.
After all, back then, I kind of felt it too.
She lets go of my hand, only to surprise me with a hug. Sarah sighs happily and giggles to herself. What is it?
It's like... we fit together.
Yeah, that could be taken a few different ways. What?
Oh, not in a weird way not in a weird way, more like a physical way. Well, I mean, not too physical, I mean like regular physical. Why are words so confusing?
Don't worry. I get what you mean. I think. Sarah pulls away from me slightly and looks deeply into my eyes.
Even when we drifted apart, you were always on my mind. I missed you. I used to see you every day since we met, all the way to most of our high school years. Then, poof, you weren't there anymore.
I'm sorry about that, Sayori. I've done a lot of thinking, and I kind of wonder if I've got my own rain clouds to deal with. Right after my parents divorced, I just pulled away from everyone. I didn't realize I hurt you in the process until it was too late.
It's not your fault, Daniel.
I'm not going to leave you again, Sayori. You have my word.
Thank you, Daniel. I promise I won't ever leave you either. And if you really are fighting against your own rain clouds, I'll do whatever I can to chase them away. What is it?
I just thought of something I need to tell you.
Oh? You have something else you want to tell me? Like what?
I'm gonna need you to be a little closer for that.
We're already pretty close, Daniel. Any closer, we might as well be kissing.
Come on, just go along with it.
Well, okay.
As Sarah gets as close as she possibly can to me, I put my lips to hers. It feels as though time stops for us at that moment. Savuerto! Okay, no. As we pull away, we pull away after what feels like an eternity.
That was unexpected.
Oh. I'm sorry. I let go of her and start to back away.
Where are you going?
You hated it, didn't you?
No, that's not what I meant. I know I said it was unexpected, but I didn't mean it was unwanted.
Oh.
Don't think so badly about yourself, Daniel. I love you, and you deserve to be loved.
I take Sayuri up in my arms, gently lifting her as we do a little twirl around the living room. As I gently put Sayuri down, she gives a small laugh. What is it?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay. I'm cut off when Sayuri puts her lips to mine.
That's for surprising me earlier.
Okay. We're even now. I gently boop her on the nose and make my way over to the sofa.
Hey, get back here!
Sayuri runs over to the sofa to join me, proceeding to cuddle up with me. Having her here with me, having shared these wonderful moments just now, really is like a dream come true. She means more to me than she might ever know, and I intend to be there for her. Always. Fascinating. So, it would seem that dark puppet was a failure after all. Even after I bestowed the knowledge of the perfect virus to incapacitate him, she could not succeed. Quite a shame. I had high hopes for it, but I suppose I will have to construct a new strategy. Perhaps it was not worth wasting time giving life to the girl's darkness in her heart. Or perhaps I need someone with more darkness in her heart. Yes. That puppet was nothing but a worthless creation. It failed because it was too weak. It was too weak to that girl's love. Such a worthless emotion. How it continues to be a thorn in my side. I long ago did away with such feelings. I was weak. Once I was free from those emotions, I was able to embrace... Oh my god. I was weak. Once I was free from those emotions, I was able to embrace a greater power. After all, she was taken from me. We were never to be. Although she seems like a distant memory, I can still hear her voice and the sound of her name. Nahila. No. No! Why are my thoughts drifting to her? Ah! She is gone! Gone forever! I cannot let myself be taken by such emotions! Not again. She was taken from me. Never to be! Nahila is gone, and with her I banish these emotions. I will not falter. I will have order. I must find someone with more darkness in their hearts. Still, though, I felt a presence surrounding that girl at the last moment. Perhaps a presence I haven't felt since. Impossible. No. I will not let you interfere with my plans! Where there is shadow, there must also be light. Without chaos, we cannot have order. These are the fundamental truths in life. While one cannot banish the darkness within themselves, it is possible to keep it at bay and not give in to it. We must not give any power to these thoughts. We must not act on them. In doing so, those thoughts only remain thoughts. Learning such mental discipline is not easy and will take much time, but it is possible. This girl has a bright future ahead of her. Sadly, I cannot say the same about my brother. Love is something so fragile and easily tainted. Love can be painful at times, but it can also be very rewarding. The best kind of love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more. The love that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. Right, and we're back with Akane.
Hello everyone, so nice to see you again. So how did you feel about the show?
Compared to the other endings, this was a lot better. It didn't make me cry, it didn't make me feel very disappointed in myself, and it's still one of my, well, yeah, this storyline is still like one of my favorites that we ever made. And kind of the reason why I wanted to revisit it. Because I really loved these characters, and I even thought, like, I figured there was a way to kind of continue the story with them, so... Well, let's let Akane explain a few things, just in case.
Well, players, congratulate yourselves. You were able to navigate through some tough choices and help Daniel and Sayori unite their hearts as one. Sayori was able to find her inner strength with the help of a mysterious, fatherly figure and destroy that imposter. Meanwhile, it seems as though Tarankos wasn't too happy seeing his little experiment be ruined. Although considering some of the things he said, I can't help but wonder, just who is Nahila? And what exactly did she mean to Tarankos? That's not the first time he's mentioned that name, or that specific phrase. Never to be, never with me. Who can say for sure? As the journey to discover his true identity continues, new questions seem to open up along the way. It's just as Sayori and Arctic has said. Love can be painful at times, but it can also be very rewarding. The best kind of love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more. The love that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. A truly romantic outlook on life and a very beautiful quote, in my opinion. The art of storytelling is a wonderful thing, don't you think? Well, that's all for now. Until we meet again, my little forlorn hearts at home, stay golden. And remember that the moonlight is a messenger of love.
Bye, Akane. True ending. Paradiso. Alright, and there we have it. Those are all 4 endings. Down to the Puppets, my favorite game, Courtroom of Crimson King, and Paradiso. And we managed to fix this, so she doesn't jump to the other end of the screen. And once you complete the game, you do get this little information section. So, I guess just for some bit of background, who is Tyrankos? A malevolent dark wizard who can manipulate time and see into the future in limited capacities. Tyrankos hails from another realm, banished by his brother Articus when he turned to pure evil. He seeks freedom from his imprisonment, but not without having some fun with the perfect puppets. Who is Articus? A benevolent inventor with the power of creation at his fingertips. Articus was beloved by all in his realm, but his brother Tyrankos grew jealous and hateful of him. He defeated his brother in combat and banished him to a realm between dimensions. Only now does Articus realize the problems this caused. So, yeah, basically, the whole thing is, like, yeah, well, it will be eventually explained, but essentially you can think of it like he was just trying to survive and make sure Tyrankos couldn't hurt anyone. So he basically just banished him wherever he could, but he didn't think like, oh god, no, what have I done? He's still able to do all this crazy crap. Well, not exactly in those words, but essentially, that's kind of what it boils down to. And then we have a message from Nightmare Ninja himself. I want to thank ArdrethShadow for allowing me to recode one of my favorite mods of his that I played this far. The only changes I made was replace the sprites of the police and fix a coding error. Yep, so bye-bye, Noski Police. You will not be missed, and I don't know if we would even have a reason to use them ever again. Not unless we were trying to do like some kind of silly comedy mod. But anyway, that is going to do it for Doki Doki Night Nurse Remastered. And as I was saying, we will be revisiting this universe again in the future. So I guess stay tuned, because we are eventually going to see kind of the aftermath of the events of Night Nurse and how the lives of these characters kind of move forward and even change in some ways. But anyway, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden and later, folks.